Bitcoin in the coming 72 hours will have a massive breakout, and look, right now the Bitcoin historical volatility is at a low not seen since the beginning of this year, and also looking at Bitcoin, it is creating a bullish divergence, and more importantly, this week we will have the CPI data get released on the market, and this data will cause massive market volatility. So I will be talking about this, what happened in the past, and many more important charts. So don't forget to snap off that like button on today's update video. Can we smash it back above 500 likes? That will be absolutely incredible. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the price section of Bitcoin. Of course, it is Monday, the weekend is over, and once again, our weekend prediction exactly played out. There has not been a lot of stuff happening over the course of the weekend, and that is actually quite nice. Bitcoin just consolidated sideways, and it ranged between an approximately $200 from high to low over the course of the weekend. Right now, looking further in towards Bitcoin, of course, if we're going to be looking at the imminent short term, the big support below us is around 28.9k here, and the big resistance is around 29.8k. So we're currently still consolidating between two very important levels, and like you can straight away see here on the 4 hourly time frame, Bitcoin is creating that very important downward sloping resistance line here from the top side. What we need to be breaking here in order for Bitcoin to really shift the trend around, because right now still on the 4 hourly time frame you can clearly see Bitcoin is trading in a downward trend here, and that is of course a little bit of a thing you do not like to see here. On the imminent short term, however, we are once again creating that bullish divergence. I've discussed this at approximately 3 days ago already, but you can see right here, last time around we created that bullish divergence on the 8 hour time frame. Bitcoin had a massive rally towards the upside. So far we once again created one, but not really a lot of things have been happening. So maybe the bullish divergence have already played out, or maybe it's just yet to be playing out here. So maybe this bullish divergence is yet to play out here, and that is definitely a very interesting thing to be seeing right here. Of course, I've been talking about the historical volatility for Bitcoin for quite a while right now here, and to be very exact, the volatility for Bitcoin has been right now low for 29 days here, and we've never seen the volatility for Bitcoin be so low for such a long period of time. Of course, we do know that in terms of the weekly volatility, the Bitcoin volatility is literally at lows never seen before in history, but of course on the daily time frame we can also see that there's just not a lot of movement happening, and always after a long period of low volatility, bam, volatility strikes in the market. You can see it also here in the beginning of 2023, where Bitcoin was super boring, and then out of nowhere the volatility picked up here since it was super low for such a long period of time. So make sure to prepare yourself for the next move here. Try to see what is going to be the next move on Bitcoin. Looking at the falling wedge pattern on the 12 hour time frame, we can currently see that we are expecting to see this breakout happening in the coming 72 hours here. Also because in exactly 72 hours from now on, we will have the inflation data in the US, and that will probably cause massive market volatility. But make sure to stick in the video because I will talk about that in a second from now on. A falling wedge pattern is a typical bullish bias pattern. It also got created in an uptrend. Now we're seeing a small little downtrend, but once we do break the resistance, we could start to see another leg towards the upside getting created. And the real price target of this pattern is going to be the top side of the wedge, what is in this case going to be somewhere around 31.5k. So yes, if Bitcoin decides to be breaking bullish, I expect the price target 31.4k is going to be the level to be watching. And if we manage to be breaking above the previous high in the market, and we break above that and we see the continuation above $32,000, then I will get super excited, because then I will be expecting Bitcoin could start to fly up all the way up to approximately 37 to 38,000 US dollars. So yes, there are some insane price targets on the table right now, but those will only be reached if Bitcoin manages to be breaking above that range high. So quickly looking at my trade here, yeah, there's not been a lot of stuff happening here. Still on my Bitcoin long position on BitGet, making an approximately 1 Bitcoin in profit. And of course on my Bitcoin and Ethereum trade right here, there's just not a lot of stuff happening right now. I'm currently more than approximately 900,000 US dollars long on the market, and I'm really expecting we're going to see that bounce towards the upside, since many people are actually right now expecting we're going to see that move towards the downside. We can still remain to see. Volume remains to be dropping for Bitcoin, nothing new compared to yesterday. Over the course of the weekend, the volume was also super low, and you can see clearly the falling wedge pattern looks to be breaking out anytime soon. And looking at these vertical lines here on the chart, these vertical lines are representing all these CPI data releases, and you can basically see every single time the CPI data hits the market, we tend to see massive volatility in the market. So whether it's going to be up before or whether it's going to be up or down after, it's basically going to indicate there's going to be a massive move heading towards them. But looking at the Thursday reports, of course, it could come in hotter or colder than expected. But currently, if we're looking at the forecast, it is not really looking that it is going to be really changing up the market, since the reports are going to stay similarly the same here. So that is why the markets are also not really moving that much here. But of course, if it comes in higher or lower than expected, that is where we will expect the volatility is going to hit. And I will be live streaming this event, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash up the bell notification, because then you're going to get notified once I'm going to live stream the inflation data reports, because yes, it will probably cause massive market volatility. Further on, I've been saying this for quite a while, the big Bitcoin move is going to be at least happen in the coming 28 to 25 days here, because in approximately 25 days here, we're going to be meeting the apex of this gigantic consolidation phase, and that would really cause for me the volatility in the market. I mean, this is really the place and the position and the market price we've been leading up towards. This is the consolidation phase where we've been leading up towards, and we're expecting a gigantic breakout to be happening somewhere at the end of August. And at that point, we could start to see massive market volatility again, and that would mean some very exciting trades and exciting movements in the market. So I'm going to be looking for that for sure. And of course, looking at the 3-day time frame, we are right now still creating a bull flag scenario, but in order to be breaking bullish, we first need to be breaking the resistance on that top side of this pattern. And of course, looking at the weekly time frame for Bitcoin, you can clearly see, if you're zooming out for Bitcoin, we are currently in a smaller uptrend. Of course, ultimately, we just are recovering from a gigantic downtrend. If you're looking at the most important trend lines from this downtrend, we've already broken it, and we are currently in a smaller uptrend. So I remain to be believing, as long as we're going to be holding this trend, I remain to be expecting Bitcoin is going to go upwards. And if you're really looking at these support lines, you can clearly see Bitcoin is also currently holding on towards that upper sloping support yet so far. And if, of course, if we do break below this level, then we would start to be worrying. Then we would start to be expecting Bitcoin could start to see a reversal. But as long as that is not happening, I won't be expecting that. And of course, actually, Bitcoin can still come down here to, let's say, 24 or 22,000 US dollars and still be ultimately in a very bullish trend here. So Bitcoin is looking quite excited in my opinion. We saw this small little fake out here on the top side, but ultimately Bitcoin is creating a multi-year consolidation phase, and we're expecting to see this big breakout happening, either if we do break above 32,000 US dollars, or either in the coming 190 days here. So before February 2024, before the next Bitcoin halving, we're expecting to see a gigantic Bitcoin breakout. This is of course also the trend line from the top side that keeps on getting us rejected every single time we retest it. So that is the level I want to be seeing getting broken for Bitcoin. But anyways, this was it for me in today's update video. I truly hope you did enjoy it. And if you did so, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and see you guys on tomorrow's update video. Peace out. Goodbye.